Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is ZeezihTech. So this video is a continuation of the previous videos where I talk about the basics of a computer, and the immediate previous video I talked about a software. What is a software? The types of software that we have, and the comparison between the two types of software. I also talk about the unit of measurement, but I haven't completed it yet. So in this video, I'm going to complete it, and we're going to go forward. We're going to move forward. So in the previous video, I explained this slide where I say the BIT is a short form of bit, which stands for 0 or 1. B is a short form of byte, which is a combination of 8 bits. So 1 byte consists of 8 bits. 8 bits makes 1 byte, and 1024 bytes makes 1 kilobyte, and 1024 kilobytes makes 1 megabyte, and 1024 megabytes makes 1 gigabyte, and 1024 gigabytes makes 1 terabyte. The short form of byte is B, the short form of kilobyte is KB, the short form of writing megabyte is MB, the short form of writing gigabyte is GB, and the short form of writing terabyte is TB. So let's go forward. Let's move forward. So in this slide is give us more explanation of these storage units that we just talked about. So it gives us some examples so that we can understand, we can grasp these storage units more. We can understand them more. So 1 bit gives its answer is answer to a yes or no question. So in 1 bit can only store one value, whether yes or no, true or false, on or off. So 1 bit can only store one value, whether yes or no, 1 or 0, true or false, on or off. And 1 byte has the capacity to store a number from 0 to 255. 1 byte, it has the capacity to store a number from 0 to 255. 90 byte, it has enough storage to store a typical line of text from a book. 4 kilobyte is about 1 page of text. It has a capacity to store about 1 page of text. And 120 kilobyte has the capacity to store the text of a typical pocket book. 3 megabyte, it has the capacity to store a 3-minute song, a 3-minute audio. It can also store, let's say, up to like 3 typical pocket book. 650 to 900 megabyte is the capacity of CD-ROM. Is the capacity of a CD-ROM is the maximum capacity of a CD-ROM. So in that you can store a lot of things ranging from audio. You can store a lot of audio there depending on the quality. So 1 gigabyte, 1 gigabyte has 140 minutes of uncompressed CD quality audio at 1.4 megabit per second. And in 1 gigabyte you can store some videos, you can store some audio, you can store some little pocket books, some little books inside. So an 8 to 16 gigabyte is the typical normal is a typical storage of a normal flash drive. So and in 8 to 16 gigabytes can store pretty much a lot of things inside. So that's that. Let's go to the next slide. So on this slide, we're going to solve a problem. But before then, let's say this. 10 byte is equivalent to 10 times 8, which gives us 8 bits. So we know that in 1 byte we have 8 bits. So in order to get 8 bits, we have to times 8 times 10. 8 times 10 gives us 80 bits. In 10 bytes we have 80 bits. So if we want to know how many bits we have in 10 bytes, we're going to times it by 8, which will give us the amount of bits inside 10 bytes. So now 3 megabytes is equivalent to how many bits? How many bits gives us 3 megabytes? How many bits gives us 3 megabytes? And the answer to that is the following steps. We're going to go through these following steps in order to get our answer. So the first thing that we are going to do is times 3 times 1024, which we know that 1 megabyte consists of 1024 kilobytes. 1024 kilobytes gives us 1 megabyte. So 3 times 1024 kilobytes, 1024 gives us 3072 kilobytes. So we haven't reached yet. We haven't reached our answer yet. So we're going to take that 3072 kilobytes and times it by 1024 again, which we know that 1024 bytes gives us 1 megabyte. So 3072 kilobytes times 1024 again, it will give us 3,145,728 bytes. So we haven't reached yet again. So we're going to take that 3,145,728 bytes. We're going to times it by 8. We're going to times it by 8, which will give us 25,165,864 bits. Now we've gotten our answer. We now know how many bits are there in 3 megabytes, which is 25,165,824 bits. So let's go to the next slide. So here we're going to talk about the speed in our unit of measurement. So the speed of CPU is measured by a unit called hertz. The speed of CPU, that we know, central processing unit, is measured by a unit called hertz, and the short form of hertz is Hz. So 1 hertz represents 1 cycle per second. 1 hertz represents 1 cycle per second. The speed of CPU is known as the computer speed. The speed of a CPU is the computer speed. The more faster your CPU, the more faster your computer. So 1 hertz or Hz is 1 cycle per second. Is 1 cycle per second. 1 cycle per second. 1 megahertz is equal to 1 million cycles per second, or 1000 hertz. 1 gigahertz is equivalent to 1 billion cycles per second, or 1000 megahertz. So that is that. So we're done with the unit of measurement. So we're going to stop here, and in the next video we're going to talk about computer classification, the types of computers that we have. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute, subscribe, like, and share this video with anyone that can benefit from this, and comment. So I'm out. Let's meet in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.